Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dan Ilbin, Dan, an American dissident. So, anyway, yesterday was Super Bowl, and people are making a big deal out of Taylor Swift and President Trump being there, and Trump saying, "Oh, they uh, cheered for me and booed for her," and I, of course, didn't watch Super Bowl. Um, anyway, uh, those are minor distractions. Everything is happening as a distraction. I took the time today to send out a phone call to Amelia Sykes, our uh, House of Representatives uh, representative in Ohio, and then I left a message with Cory Booker and Chuck Schumer. So what we're doing is I'm asking the Democrats, what are you doing in the face of everything that is happening? Excuse me. The stock market is not an indicator of uh, the state of what's happening in Washington, D.C. If you look through history, even prior to World War II, over in Germany when Hitler took over, Krupp Steel did very well, as did the German automakers when they came out with Volkswagen. And of course, everybody was preparing for war. The war machine was on. But and then, of course, today in the news, Donald Trump put tariffs on incoming uh, steel and aluminum. That's fine and dandy. I worked for a steel mill in Canton, Ohio. I worked for Republic Steel, which is now, they went into bankruptcy. In 2005, they were bought out by the Mexican steel conglomerate Grupo Cemec. And so by 2014, they started shuttering the steel mill. And the Steelworkers Union, Grupo Cement came back and said, we need we need money, we need to keep operating. So they said, well, we have the pension trust fund. So they took the pensions and made a so-called loan to Grupo Cement, who took that money and went back to Mexico City with it, never putting any money back into their U.S. operations. And then by 2023, the entire Republic Steel um, was shut down. They declared bankruptcy, and they are no more. So everybody lost their pensions, and they went for whatever they were getting. I remember when I got my thing. It was for just the short time I was there, the short few years. I was going to get $453 a month, which, that's better than nothing. Well, anyway, we are getting zero. When a company declares bankruptcy, you get zero. So, what Trump is doing, I don't know who he's catering to, Nucor, and of course, Cleveland Cliffs. But we'll see how this all plays out. And so that's what bumped up the stock market today. Was his news on 25% tariffs on imported steel and aluminum. But in the same time, also in the news, he's moving to um, a bill that would actually take away the voting um, privileges, the voting rights of almost 69 million women. Um, where he says if you want to register to vote, you have to have a birth certificate. And obviously, when you do marry, you take on your spouse's name, and that's not always the case, but that's a lot. So what he's basically doing, and it's in the news today, but it's taking that if you have to go in there and jump through hoops with birth certificates and everything and marriage certificates and say, I am who I am. And it's going back to when the colonies were organizing and they were trying to break away from England. My sixth great grandfather, James or John Jarvis Jr., signed the Oath of Fidelity in Maryland in 1778. So anyway, what the people, the ruling class people at that time, um, in the colonies, and for many years, it was for voting rights. You had to be white, a landowner, and over the age of 21. But that was the three things: you had to be a landowner and over the age of 21. And of course, no blacks were voting, no women were voting, no even the Orientals Orientals have been in this country uh, since the 1700s. So um, Trump is trying to push back for that kind of stuff, and it's we need to stand against his what he's doing. Um, he's throwing out distractions, and people are getting distracted by the Gulf of America, and which he's already renamed. But we will take a closer look later on at what he's doing. But I just want to get that out there today to let you know that call your representatives, tell them, or any representative, ask the Democrats, what are you doing to stand up to all this garbage that Donald Trump is coming up with? And we need to take a stand. We need to stop him. The midterm elections will be coming up next year. But and we actually have some special elections coming up. There are 3 GOP seats which can be flipped. I forget what states those are in. But um, it's we are in dark times, and the Constitution. Uh, Adolf Hitler took over Germany using the German Constitution. And that's exactly what Trump is doing. He is using our Constitution to his favor, and with complete disregard for the legislature or the courts. So we have the 3 systems there for checks and balances, and he is disregarding. But everybody is standing back, just letting him. They're giving him carte blanche. So if you can today, take the time to call your representatives and leave a message or however you want to do it. But we need to uh, really buckle down and hold Donald Trump accountable. Anyway, this is Dan Elbin. I'm signing off. So I wish everybody a happy afternoon, a good afternoon, and we will prevail. All right. Thank you very much.